Yo guys, it's Jason Cinephoto, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Neewer glidecam. Now, this isn't your typical official STEADICAM. It's a lot cheaper. I think I got it for around £85. And in the world of glidecams, that's pretty good, considering what you're getting. Now, all of this is included except for the bullhead on the top. I put that on myself to first of all add a little bit of weight to the setup, making it a little bit more steady, and also it means that I can just use the quick release because it's a pain getting it on the grate and off, so yeah, I just use the quick release from this. So the glidecam can range in size from 63 centimeters to around 178 centimeters, I believe.
128. It's not 2 meters.
Yeah. Around 128 centimeters, so there's quite a good range in there, and you can adjust it dependent on how heavy your rig is. I usually run it with a Canon 70D and a Sigma 18 to 35mm 1.8, and then usually my Rode mic on top as well. So it's a fairly heavy rig. Yeah, it's a Rode. It's a fairly heavy rig, and when you're using it kind of all day, it does get a little bit exhausting. I mean, I used it at an event not too long ago, and it did get quite tiring to use, but I got some pretty sick shots of it. So regarding build quality, it's pretty decent for its price. It's got a carbon fiber central pole, which is really cool. It means that it is a little bit lighter when you're carrying it around, so you're not just carrying around a huge chunk of metal. It's got some pretty sturdy screws and stuff, and you can use them to adjust the sled at the bottom, making it bigger and smaller depending on how much weight you want to counterbalance. It comes with a lot of these small weights, which you can use depending on how heavy your rig is. So there's a lot of different balancing options to choose from. The maximum weight of the rig that it can take is just around 4 kilograms. So you're pretty much set for most circumstances, and I probably just don't put a red on it. That's basically. So it's fine for most DSLRs with a lens and a mic as well. It's got some fine tuning knobs at the top. It's got one for forward and back, and another one for left and right. And then all the pink knobs are more for all the other pink knobs are more for just tightening the rig and making sure so it won't slide around while you're using it. It can be a little bit of a hassle to balance, but once you've got your first main balance down, it's quite easy to just adjust on the go. I mean, you don't have that kind of extreme fine tuning that you would get with an official Steadicam, but it does the job. Something nice that isn't found on most Steadicams is the gimbal is able to move up and down the pole. So that means if you want, you can move it down to the top, to the bottom. You can move it down to the bottom and then flip the rig upside down, and then you've got the really low angle view. That's really nice for shooting sports and things, making things look fast. And all you need is an Allen key to do that. And a lot of the high-end Steadicams don't have that option, which is it's quite nice to have. So it's got a kind of grating at the top, so you've got loads of options for where you want to put your camera. I mean, as I say, I've got my bullhead on top, and I've kind of got that towards the back because usually it's going to be front heavy with the lens, and then towards the left as well because of just the way that my camera's set up. So again, a lot of different options. You can stick a really light camera on this and balance it for something really light, or you can put something quite a bit heavier on it and still manage, which is quite nice. I mean, with this grate, I mean, I'd recommend putting something like the bullhead or a quick release on top, just because it's such a pain to having to take the whole thing off every single time, and it comes with these two little screws here, and then you can lift it up, and then you have to use a coin or a screwdriver to take that off, and it's when you're on the go and you're trying to get the shot, it's not the most ideal things in all situations. I'd mainly recommend this for outdoors use, mainly because you know you're doing more kind of running around with it. So they're okay. You're generally doing a little bit more running around with it. Of course, you can use it indoors, but you do need quite a bit of space, and you need to make sure you're aware of actually where you're walking with the thing. So I've probably had this thing just around 3 months now. I've used it in quite a variety of situations. As I said, I filmed an event with it the other weekend, which went really well. And you can use it pretty much anywhere. A lot of people use them for wedding videos as well. It's quite nice to get things down the aisle and stuff. But so it's really got, it's not just for kind of action sports as you would probably you mainly see it. It's quite popular for, as I say, weddings as well. Anyway, so my phone viewpoint is it's definitely worth the money, and at the level that I am right now, I wouldn't be prepared to splash out a good like £500 on a steady rig like this. So this was perfect for me. You still get a good quality Steadicam, really nice and smooth shots. I mean, some of the screws and things, because it is slightly cheaper, they are a little bit jankier, I suppose, but it's still definitely worth it, and I would definitely recommend picking one of these up. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you in next week's video.